Hello everyone. In this session, we'll see comparison of 4 survey methods on various parameters. But before we move on to the comparison of these survey methods, we have to see various survey methods and their operationality. As you all know that there are 4 main types of survey method. First is telephonic interview, which is again divided into which can be classified into 2, that is traditional telephonic interview and CATI, computer assisted telephonic interview. Now if we look at the operationality of this telephonic interview, then in traditional you will find on one hand one telecaller is there. In his hand he'll take one questionnaire, he calls the respondent, and with the use of conversation, he tries to fill up the questionnaire which is physically in his hand. That is what the traditional interview is, traditional telephonic interview. Now if we look at the computer assisted telephonic interview, in that you will find one call center type of setup. On one hand you will find one telecaller sits in front of computer, he calls respondent and he directly feed data into computer system, while in earlier case we have seen that telecaller fills data in physical paper, on physical paper. So this is the main difference between traditional telephonic interview and CATI. अगर इसमें हम इंटरेक्शन देखें तो we'll find very limited interaction between respondents and researcher or telecaller. Now second, personal interview, in which data collector or interviewer visits or collects data by face-to-face contact. It has 3 further types. In home, it means by visiting their home, interviewer collects data with personal interaction. In second, that is mall intercept. It means it is a place where respondents get that particular service and we contact them at that particular place. That is known as mall intercept survey. For an example, if you want to check a brand loyalty towards any particular brand, then being a researcher, we go to any mall where the actual brand outlet is there and we try to contact the respondents, those who visit that particular brand shop. That is mall intercept survey. And the third one is CAPI. CAPI is computer assisted personal interview, in which you will find one it is like ATM kind of situation where you will find one screen, one keypad is there. It means one computer setup is there. Respondents get in front of that particular computer setup and whatever information is asked, respondents try to fill up that answer directly into the computer by punching the keypad. That is CAPI. Another one is mail panel. Okay, before we move on to the mail panel, in this personal interview we will find high level of personal interaction, right? Next is mail interview. In this mail interview there are 2 types. One is simple mail and another one is mail panel. In simple mail you will find one small office kind of setup is there, in which one person used to take printout of questionnaire, try to get fold. After folding that, they keep it in an envelope with written envelope, they paste address on it and then courier or post that particular questionnaire to the particular address. That is what a simple mail. But in mail panel we take prior approval of respondents through mail only. So before starting our survey, we take approval of certain respondents from different places and we frame one panel of respondents. And whenever we want to make any kind of research, we try to contact them with the help of mail only. So that is mail panel. Because they agreed upon our contract, whenever we send them any questionnaire, chances are higher to get back them. So this is mail panel. And the last one is electronic survey, in which internet and mail survey. Internet means a website page, any kind of website page on which we have framed one questionnaire, and whenever respondents come on that particular page, he or she filled up that particular page. Or in email, we blast them email, and those who find time, they'll send us back. So this is what the operationality. Here also in mail interview and electronic interview, you'll find hardly any contact between researcher and respondents, right? So this will help you to understand the comparison aspect of this survey method. Now we'll take very few comparison parameters, and after that I hope that you will able to capture more comparisons on various parameters. Now we'll take first one, that is diversity of question. Now what is diversity of question? The diversity of question that can be asked in survey depends upon the degree of interaction. It means how differently we can ask a question to the respondents. Now tell me, in which survey method you will find high level of interaction? Definitely in personal interview. So for this parameter, diversity of question, we can write that diversity of question, that it is high in case of personal interview because it has more interaction compared to various other methods, while it is low, diversity of question is low in case of mail interview. Why? Because interaction is very low. Now if we take another example, then let's take an example of perceived anonymity. Now what is that? Perceived anonymity. Perceived anonymity refers to the respondent's perception that their identities will not be revealed. Their identity will not be revealed. Now in which case we will find respondent's identity will remain hidden, where they do not have any kind of personal interaction, right? So in which situation they do not have any kind of personal interaction? In which survey method? Definitely right, in mail survey method they do not have personal interaction. So perceived anonymity remains high in case of mail interview and very low in case of personal interview, right? So this is how you can write comparison of various survey methods on different parameters. Let's take another example, social desirability. Now in examination you will have to explain first what is social desirability. So social desirability is the tendency of respondents to give answers that are socially acceptable. Now think yourself, in which situation respondents give answers which are socially acceptable irrespective of his or her practice. For an example, let's take health related or smoking related issue. Definitely where we will find personal interaction, at that time we get more socially desirable answer, right? So in case of personal interview we'll find it's high, while in case of mail interview it's a low. So this is how we can write answers of this question. Okay, in telephonic also you will find limited, the interaction is limited. So in telephonic you will find it's a moderate. Now what is moderate? Moderate is in between low and high, right? So in any case, say suppose if you get confused between low or moderate, then you can write moderate to low, or moderate to high, then moderate to high. So in some cases you will find it's a moderate, and in some cases you will find it's a low. So this is how you can write this answer. Another is respondents control. Now what is respondents control? Respondents control over entire interviewing process. Now where do you find respondents control over interviewing process? Where physical presence of interviewer is not there, right? So in which survey method you will find a physical presence of interviewer is not there? In telephonic, right? And in mail interview. So respondents control remain high in case of telephonic and in case of mail. In few cases you may write moderate to high in telephonic, because there are some personal interaction between telecaller and that respondents. So, and obviously in personal interview, because physical presence of interviewer is there, so it's a low respondents control in case of personal interview. So this is how, if you understand operationality of this survey method, you are able to write comparison of various survey methods on various parameters. I hope you have understood this. Now thank you, all the best.